Welcome to the AZYP studio, a space where we share ideas to cultivate healthy foundations and strengthen our communities.
I feel like everyone tells you this all the time, but you bring like the energy of what a true leader should be, because it's really easy to trust you, it's really easy to be open with you, but also know that I'm gonna get like good feedback. I'm gonna get that good, hey, this is what you need to work on, or how can we approach this differently? You just have this way, not only with your staff, but also I'm assuming that with youth, you're also so good. I mean, we've had our moments that, you know, like you help me through stuff, and it's just, I think it's such a huge, it's like a superpower that you have. You just make people feel like, all right, like I can tell you my stuff and you're gonna help me through it, and that's okay. So number one, you're amazing at that. And I also think that that has to do a lot of, I don't know if buy-in is like the word, but your community trusts you. Like they have your back. Like they know that you are there to do the good work. So how do you think you started getting like that trust from your community?
I think just follow through. I think when you say you're going to do something, do it. Be open to comments and to sometimes criticism, maybe not criticism, but be open to ways that you can get better, especially with some of the relationships we have with like probation and DCS. Sometimes it's tough to navigate those waters, and if you really have to have an open mind and be open to and adaptable to progress and success with the youth that we're serving, because there's a lot of rules involved with caring for underage youth, and so I think just being open and always doing what you say you're going to do, keeping your word. I think it's really important, because then it builds trust, and it also builds really strong relationships to start new projects, because they know that you're going to do what you said you were going to do.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's awesome. And regarding runaway homeless youth and victims of human trafficking, what was it like in Mohave County when you first began your career versus now?
Wow. So it seems like there's a lot more awareness now. There are still folks out there who think that there isn't homeless youth, and that there aren't victims of human trafficking, because we live in such a small rural area. But it is absolutely happening. It doesn't look like it looks in the movies.
Right.
People don't get kidnapped, and I mean they do, but that's not what we see. A lot of the things that we see now are familial trafficking, a lot of survival sex, and it's so prevalent amongst the runaway population, because they're really only trying to survive, and sometimes that means utilizing sex for survival. But I would say from the get-go, people in our community, because it is small, it is rural, it is extremely conservative. A lot of folks still think it's not happening, but I feel like we've raised quite a bit of awareness around the population that we're serving, but also the crimes that do occur.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to do a shout out to one of your staff members, Jordan Brown. She's done such a great job with adding the whole social media part to it, because now, I mean, back in our day, like we didn't have to deal with that, but now it's so accessible to youth, and it's so easy for them to get trapped into something that maybe they don't know about. So seeing Jordan like put on those trainings like for adults in general, like, hey, just keep your eye out, like this is what can happen. I think it's so important, number one, and it's just really cool that she's able to do that. She does such a good job.
I'm so incredibly just in awe of her. She's so innovative and creative when it comes to getting the word out. And the internet it's a great tool, but it also is a tool for predators. And again, if I weren't in this work, in my generation, I didn't have a cell phone until I was 27. So it's kind of like a lot of folks out there are raising their grandkids, and they may be from an older generation that aren't as tech savvy. I'm still learning things from her. on new apps and things that are happening. So she has brought a whole new level, I believe, of awareness to our community and to the parents that are trying to keep their kids out of harm's way.
Yeah.
It's sometimes, it's easier said than done,
Yep.
especially when it's coming at you from all angles. It's not about, Amber Alert. It's
Right.
about, like, someone is literally at their fingertips waiting to prey on them
Yeah.
at any given moment.
Yeah.
So
It's really scary, but it's great work that the
She's-
team is doing. Yeah.
she's amazing.